Hey, it's Dale from DaleDaly.com and Healing Osteoporosis Naturally. And today, in the business of healing, we are going to look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, your book, and the healing process, and bringing all of those things together. So, without further ado, let's have a little look at our slides. So, I'm guessing again that many of you already are very familiar with this hierarchy of needs. And, you know, whether it's a favourite model or not, it's something that is often taught and something that actually I find very useful. So what Maslow says is that in terms of working towards self-actualization, and we'll talk about what that is in a minute, that various needs have to be met. So we have psychological safety, belonging, esteem, and then we move into self-actualization. And quite a few people have modified this model and added all kinds of things. One of the funniest ones is the Wi-Fi level at the bottom, because how many of us could live without our Wi-Fi? Anyway, all joking apart, what he says is that we are not driven by all needs at the same time. So we do go through this hierarchy, but he also doesn't believe that you have to completely satisfy each level before moving on to a higher one. So it's not like you're stuck down at this level before you can move to the next level. As we grow, as we move through our personal growth, there are always things that have to be dealt with and things that need to be done, but that doesn't mean to say you get stuck at that level. So what he basically says is the lower ones he calls deficiency, and then the higher ones are kind of like becoming ones. And the needs are characterized by the strength of the need. You know, if you are starving and you have very little money, then you're going to be motivated to find that money to be able to feed your family, for example. The time that they appear in life. Now, if we're thinking about books, and I'm thinking about the book that I'm currently writing, the need appeared in my 50s. The strength of the need in terms of healing was immense, because without health, I feel you have nothing. There was lots of powerful external circumstances where doctors and specialists weren't helping me, and then other personal factors. So start to have a think about both the book and your healing journey based on these 4 points. Now, I think this is a really, really, really important question. Are you a self-actualizer? Now, when you're writing a book, you're taking your reader through a process towards an outcome. And you will have been driven by something, and I am highly, highly driven. And you have to remember that your reader may not be as driven as you are. So I'm not distracted by my lower needs. I'm very secure in who I am and in my relationship with myself, very accepting of others. And I am pretty realistic of my strengths and weaknesses. Haven't always been, but I guess that's part of the learning journey. But just start to think about this in terms of your book, your ideal reader, and the process that you're going to take people through. Because if you are a self-actualizer, remember, not everyone is going to be as driven as you are. We tend to have a real can-do attitude. Nothing is going to stand in our way, and that's certainly how this journey has been for me. And I like the simplicity of life. I like Mother Nature, naturalness, and problem solving is fairly easy for me. I see things in patterns and pictures. A lot of people don't. So really, really think about this in terms of designing the process that you take people through, remembering that not everybody is going to be like you. Now, a self-actualized person never really thinks this isn't going to work. When my spine fractured and I got told all this rubbish by doctors and specialists, I thought, yeah, right. And I never believed for a moment that I couldn't heal. Now, we're dealing with, in terms of me, I have a strong mindset. Other people don't. Remember this when you're mapping out that ideal reader profile. And I don't clutter my mind with things about I'm going to fail. Yeah, I get upset. Yeah, I cry. Yeah, I wonder what the point is. And I get back on the horse, as I can't remember the John Wayne saying, and I just get on with it. And I focus what I want to create and how I'm going to do it. So this tool is quite clever when you think about it in terms of your book and your healing. So are you a self-actualizer? Ask yourself that question. When you're thinking about designing the book, the bits that you write, the process that you put in, how simple or complicated it is, that ideal reader. Remembering, we want to engage with the emotions of our ideal reader. We want them to go, that's me, that was me, that is me. And we have to, I keep saying it, we have to take ourselves back to a time when we didn't know. So just think about the kind of person you are. Now, when you're looking at this, is your book aimed at a specific level? So, for example, if it was at the lowest level, you might write a book on the 101 ways, or how to save money in a recession, or how to feed your family on 50 quid, $50, 50 euros. But then you'd also need to think in terms of your marketing, how you're going to reach that audience and what their ability to pay for your book and services might be. Now, if you were writing a different kind of book that was maybe about team building, that would be at the love and belonging level. Personal branding would appeal to people at the esteem level, or your book might take people through all of the levels. So have a think about that. Think about motivation. So your motivation when you were healing, what motivated you? What's going to motivate your reader? What outcome do you want your reader to get from reading your book? So self-actualization means actualizing one's potential for becoming all that one is capable of becoming. So this is about inspiring your readers to be more, to really get hold of whatever it needs to be dealt with and to do it, to take good conscious action. So although this is a whistle-stop tour, really start to think about Maslow and this model. Consider you as a person. Go back through your journey and apply what you've learned in this teaching to your book, finding your ideal reader and the kind of content that you are going to create. So I hope you have enjoyed that and you've got something from it. I always find it very, very helpful looking at all these different business models when I look at healing and I look at writing a book, because I think that they all bring something to the party, something to make us think. And they're all models that, if we've been through any kind of business training, they're models that we are fairly familiar with, or one hopes we're familiar with, unless you've assigned them to the bin, and that's it for today. Anyway, enough waffling from me. My name is Dale. I'm from daledarley.com and Healing Osteoporosis Naturally. And you can find me on Facebook. And also, if you are interested in writing a book, I have the Soul Writers Academy, and you are able to come into there and take advantage of all of the courses which are going to help you to plan your book, write your book and publish your book, turn your book into a course, and lots of other things. So have a wonderful day.